In this video, I'm going to upgrade the factory radio in my 2005 Mini Cooper S with the Harman Kardon system and add an AUX input. And I'm going to put the plug down here. Alright, so since we've removed the FM antenna because otherwise it would have leaked when it rained, we're going to add an AUX input to the Harman Kardon radio. So this is an adapter that plugs into the harness, and on the other end it's an AUX input. So what we need to do is to plug this into the radio harness, run this down, probably down here, and then we'll have an AUX input. So to do that, we're gonna remove the cup holder, loosen these silver pieces of trim, and then we can unscrew the radio, pull it out, and we'll be good to go. So number one, we're gonna pop down this panel here, which is gonna be, I'm gonna grab and pull down so we can reach the screws over here, and right here we can open the glove box to get them right here, and we're gonna start over here. So these are T25. Now if you want to remove your cup holder, this is also the way to do it, or add one. And then same thing on the other side. Except on this side, they're T35s. I'm not 100% sure why they're different sizes. Maybe it's for aesthetics, but they have bigger tips here. If you can't reach it with the screwdriver, use a ratchet. Now this you can shift a little bit, and you don't have to move it much, so you have to access those screws there. And same thing over here. There we go. And right here, we got 4 T20 screws. Yep, T20. Just unscrew that. Now we can grab this, slide it forward. You want to make sure you clear the trim here. And we're gonna look back here. So right here next to that white connector on the bottom, we're gonna be able to plug in our AUX input. It's gonna plug in this way. Right there. So that plugs in right there. And now we need to route this wire somewhere that's gonna work. And the first thing we're gonna do is actually just put it back here. Have this sit in here. And what I'm gonna try to do is, there is a little panel down here. I could do that, or run around the side. How are we gonna do this? So let's see, we can run this out to the side here. You can reach from this area. There's an opening, so maybe I can run it down through there, because at some point when I upgrade this radio, we won't need this anymore. So grab that, pull it through, pop that in here, slide this back in. Now I gotta route this. You see if it's possible to run it inside the silver trim here. Let's see what we can do. Nah, not really, because this has to slide back up when we're done. Yeah, so we're gonna have to just run it back here, I think. That gap, yep, there's enough gap between the panel and here, so this could just stay tucked down here. Now if you wanted to, you could pop the panel down here out, feed it through. There's a little panel down here, it's a little finicky to remove, but you could do that. So I think for now I'm just going to run it back here, leave some of the excess behind the head unit. We could have it a little rest back there. Now if you wanted to, you could also run it into your glove box, depending on what you're setting up, what you're going to connect to it. You could tuck it into the trim probably. Or what we can do is pop this back out. So there's a little panel down here. It's a little finicky to release. So right here, what I'm going to do is actually just pass the cable through there. So one of these is slots. in my specific case, this can just fit through. So I'm gonna feed that down from the top, pop it through there, and then this, you kind of have to like flex it back in so the catches go back in, but essentially push on these and then pop it out. So I think it's part of this panel here. So just be gentle. I'm gonna feed this down through here. Grab it there. Slide this back in. Just pass the aux port through one of the slots carefully. You can see right there, it's coming through there. I'm gonna pop this back in. There we go. Now we have our aux cable coming out right here. And you could like tuck it out of the way, like tape it up or something, maybe zip tie it if you wanted. And I'm gonna run my aux input to here. So now that that's done, let's put this radio back in. So we're gonna get our mounting screws, put this back on here. And if you're using a Bluetooth adapter, you can just plug it in there, tuck the wires out of the way. Or I guess you could even mount it inside this panel with the wires coming up. So you just have the plug here, the aux connector there, and all the wiring out of the way for a clean install. It's all set. That slides back up. We'll get our G35 back here. All right, now I don't have my key, so I'm gonna get my key real quick, turn it on, and we'll switch it to aux mode. Okay. And there we go, we have aux. Nice, that's awesome. And now all you need to do is plug in your favorite aux thing, whatever type of plug you want to use. I'm probably gonna use an aftermarket CarPlay screen. Pop that up. Let me go get one and we'll test it out. So right here I have one of my CarPlay screens. We'll pop it up right here for now. I'll have to go get the mount later. Pop this in here. Get the aux output here. Plug that into our aux port right here. Power that on. Nice. Awesome. Now with the aux input installed, there's actually another adjustment you can make. So if we go to the audio settings, we have our standard bass, treble, fader, balance. But then we also have aux level. You can turn that down to 0. And let me exit this real quick. And essentially it's like a booster, so. So what this is useful for is if the output from whatever you're using for your source is a little low, you can just turn it up and get good sound. And if you'll beyond, that's the Harman Kardon settings, and driver, focus or not, and that's everything. So it's a nice factory upgrade if you're not ready to replace your head unit with something else, or you just like the way it looks, you want to keep it stock but have a nice modern feature. And that's how you add an aux input to a first gen Mini Cooper S. Again, mine's a 2005 with the Harman Kardon system, so if you see any differences with your setup, that may be why. If this video helped you out, be sure to help me out by leaving a like and hyping the video too. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.